Welcome all
Grow
from
for 2010
Weed Shop
from Weed Shop Winnie.
Winnie.
Welcome to Grow for 2010, episode 33. And of course, we're going to be talking about different cannabis cultivators in Canada. Let's get started. Well, like always, growing and using cannabis at home safely, the Canadian way. We started this being growing cannabis at home and having cannabis outlets all over. We are the kings of cannabis in Canada. So let's find out about these different cultivators. At Grow Legally, a service provider, they have cannabis cultivation in Canada how-tos. And in Canada, there are several ways to legally cultivate cannabis depending on your purpose and authorization. While recreational users can grow up to 4 plants per household under the Cannabis Act, those using cannabis for medical purposes have expanded options through Health Canada's medical cannabis program. Yes, so the recs have up to 4 plants per household, and the medicals, depending on what they need, they can get a license for. Now, of course, with 41,760 Canadians that are federally authorized and licensed to grow medical cannabis at home, we know our stuff. So this helps a lot. Now, patients with a valid medical prescription apply for a medical cannabis personal grow license under the Access to Cannabis for Medical Purposes regulations. The number of cannabis plants you are permitted to grow depends on your prescribed daily amount. Yes. Once you get your license, you'll be told how many you can grow, and you just got to keep it up every year after that. You'll be all set. Next. Oh, now, if you're unable to grow your own plants, you can appoint a designated grower, someone authorized to cultivate on your behalf. This system ensures patients who are physically unable to maintain their gardens can still receive safe, personalized medical cannabis. Yes, isn't that something? We have that designate grower. It works. Grow Legally provides informed support for all types of cannabis cultivation applications across Canada. For sure, it's good to have resources out there when you're not sure what to do. At every level, personal, designated, or commercial, compliance with Health Canada is critical. Yes, they are the bosses. They decide what goes on. Let's move on. So, recreational users are permitted to cultivate up to 4 plants per household. That's the federal limit. There. This isn't like everywhere else where you're worried about, oh, can I do this or can I do that? That's what's legal in Canada. Further on, we go to a medical personal grow license allows a plant count that depends on the prescribed daily dosage. So that's going to be determined by Health Canada once you have your prescription, and once you get your license, you'll know the amount that you'll be growing. Then a designated grower can cultivate daily prescribed cannabis for disabled patients on their behalf. Isn't that the best? You still get the cannabis that you need with a designate grower. And people who have that green thumb and that want to help, it makes a big difference. And remember, Grow Legally can help you. So, a recap on the different cannabis cultivators. Of course, we have the recreational that makes sure they stay at the 4 plants per household. Then we have the personal medical grow license that depends on your prescription for plant count. And then last but not least, we have the designate grower that is there to grow on behalf of injured patients who are not able to grow for themselves. Keep growing and being one with your medicine. See you on the next one.
And Weed Shop Winnie says, see you on the next one. Peace!